Man, I'd be like, tell me which way the Underground Railroad is. It's like slavery all over again in 2021. You know, it's slavery of the American people. I mean, yeah, my people, but the American people, But in reference to my people, slavery all over again. Reality check. Where we living. Where we living. Try explaining to a black grandmother raised under Jim Crow why it takes 50 votes in the Senate to slack the Supreme Court with justices who are undermining her vote or her voting rights, but only 60 votes to pass a bill protecting them. Her life at 60, 60 years ago, the law was, used to keep her from accessing education, jobs, and the ballot box. Americans are watching in real time right now today as, states pass bills to erect barriers to the ballot box for communities of color. You know what I mean? It's like they just don't want us to vote. And it makes it easier for, state legislature to overturn any results of an election. Basically, some have measured, some have went to measures basically uh, sought to criminalize people for giving water to people waiting in long lines at voting polls, disproportionately found in black communities, basically. Others have attempted to bar early voting on Sundays, a transparent effort to stop black voters from going to the polls after, church on Sunday. In June, the Supreme Court undermined yet another key provision of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which had stood as a central victory of civil rights movement, safeguarding the right of Americans to vote. But, everything is diminishing. Congress alone remains the last backstop to defend Americans' constitutional right against grossly partisan and unhinged attacks that seek to upend the very fabric of our democracy. So, basically, you know, hate to say it, but vote, whether that will determine an outcome um, that the people see a difference or whether it truly makes a difference, you know, continue to stand on democracy and do what it takes to be a part of it, you know. Results um, have no, choice but to show up in one way or another, so good or bad. But do your part